All right, welcome to another episode. Today we're going to be doing things a little bit different. Not going to be opening up any packs today. We're going to be going over market news, movements, upcoming events to watch. So let's get into it. First, like and subscribe down below. Let's get this channel going. Today we're going to be talking about quite a few different things. The first being Ascended Heroes ETBs hitting an all-time high, just about to go over the 150 mark. So if you look back here, I don't really count this as being the all-time high. These were pretty much pre-sale prices. You can't really count that within Pokemon. So the first day it released was right around here at about 130. You can see the volume for the first week or two just spiking up. So it did dip to about 103, but now it is up to an insane amount, 150. Absolutely crazy. The current quantity, 1265 on TCG player, not that bad. I've seen it over 2,000 to begin with. So that's trickling down pretty good. Reprints coming up, maybe. Nothing's been announced, so who knows where this goes. Crazy how high this has gone so far. Ascended Heroes booster bundles coming out April 24th. Absolutely do not buy at these prices. Walmart's, Targets, you can get them for 30 bucks on average, 30, 35 bucks. I know I was able to get some. Absolutely. But when these come out, I would try scooping up as much as you can on Facebook Marketplace. Anywhere you can get some, because this is going to be a solid product. Some news about Destined Rivals. I actually don't have a position on Destined Rivals yet. I really want to get one, and I think that this might be a good opportunity to get a solid position. There was an announcement saying that the Destined Rivals ETBs are getting a reprint, which is pretty good because for anybody like me who does have a position, this might be a good time. The current price is 220 on secondary with okay volume, nothing crazy. This is a very popular set amongst the Pokemon community for the nostalgia purposes. I mean, look at the box. Look at the box. It's got Mewtwo on it. Come on. One of the top Pokemon. The set value is just under 2,000. Some quality cards with Team Rocket's Mewtwo leading the way. But this is the one that I would probably get the biggest position on if there ever is a reprint. I have been hearing that booster boxes aren't getting reprints lately, just Pokemon's overall strategy, because the ROI for them is not the greatest. With base sets, I also hear that booster boxes perform relatively the best most of the time. So this is going to be something that I'm going to be keeping an eye out for. Current quantity on the market, 116, nothing. So let's hope and watch for something to come out with this. This is going to be probably my biggest Destined Rivals position. If we can get hopefully a 20 to 25% retracement on this with any sort of print. Now, my first video I ever made back on February 23rd, I mentioned in there Black Bolt ETBs are going to be one of the sleeper sets to get. Now, if you look back on that day, the floor price was right around $92, $122 today. For all you bozos who can't do math, that's a 32% increase, roughly. 32, 33% increase, roughly on this set. Now actually that's going to be the theme of today's video. Right down below, put "don't be a bozo," okay? Don't be a bozo. Hashtag it if you want. Current quantity 106, but in reality, so you got 4, 5, 8, 9, 15, about 15 illegitimate ones. So in actual reality, there's 91 on TCG Player right now, which is absolutely ridiculously low. There's no quantity available. Now you can get some on Facebook Marketplace, which I've been doing and stacking up there. But on the secondary market, the supply is so low, with the set value being over $3,000. I repeat, over $3,000. You look back at Destined Rivals, $2,000. You look back at their ETB price, $219. You look back here, $3,000. Black Bolt ETB price, $122. Math ain't mathin' here. The math ain't mathin'. Same with White Flare. Similar to White Flare. White Flare's got a little bit more supply on the market. It's got 494. It's the set value is a little bit less, 2,700. It doesn't look aesthetically pleasing to people. Compare Black Bolt to White Flare. On shelves as a collector item, but they're both specialty sets. They both are lagging behind the market with their set value. Black Bolt probably going to be the leader, but also White Flare is going to be a sleeper, another sleeper set as well. So don't sleep on those two, because while everybody's looking at Ascended Heroes and Prismatics, you also got to look at things on the side that have not moved yet that are quality pieces. So Prismatic SPCs getting a reprint. So Prismatic SPCs are going to be dropping in Costco. They already dropped in Canada. They're coming to the States reportedly towards the end of this month. I will be scooping up as many of these guys as possible. I don't care. Hopefully the floor price can go to around $300, somewhere around there. People wanting a quick flip on Facebook Marketplace, maybe we'll get some for $240, $230, $250, somewhere around in that range. I will be backing the truck up on this product. Compared to 151 UPC price is over $1,000. Now, I view this doing a similar thing to 151 when they go out of print in a little over a year. It's almost a no-brainer. Like I said, don't be a bozo. Take advantage of these opportunities. Take advantage of these dips and these reprint opportunities. The set value for Prismatic ETBs over $5,000, with this guy leading the way. Let's look at PSA. PSA value $5,000 for the Umbreon. Low pop, low gem rate. Come on. 151, $2,200 for the set value. Now, I do understand the nostalgia. Look at that set. Look at that. The nostalgia 151 being the OG Pokemon. I get it. That's why it's up there. But when you look at the opportunity you have of the set value and what you're getting, and the popularity also of Prismatic with Eevee on the cover, again, I'll say it over and over again. Don't be a bozo. Take advantage of these opportunities. Back that truck up. Be ready, because it's not going to be around for a while. Rudy from Alpha Investments, who's the Don Juan of Pokemon, supposedly, from what I've seen, has been pretty good. He says that the next 3 to 4 months, maybe he said 3 to 6 months of these prismatic prints are the last opportunity you're going to have. And from what I've seen, looking at historical data, comparing it to similar sets, I agree. So I will be stacking a big ass position on Prismatic SPCs. Let's see, where were we? So Collector posted out a tweet showing that a tag Charizard was sold, tag 10, $700,000. Now, I do understand that there's a lot of drama going around with PSA. I do understand from other industries that titans and the leaders can fall if they don't innovate and if they get a little too, what's the word, cocky and do some shady shit. Uh, this could be a sleeper company. This could be PSA needs to watch their backs because there's going to be a lot of new people coming into this hobby, and their loyalties are not going to lie with PSA like the OGs have. And I've seen that in crypto. I've seen it in other industries where if companies don't innovate, the leaders of their sections don't innovate, and they lose out and they don't gain the new people that come in, they lose their number one spot. So just saying, PSA might be getting there, getting there. So this is pretty big news. So I will leave both of these links down in the description, but Pokemon Center has put out that if you sign up for the newsletter, you can take part in their raffle to have early access to when they drop products on the Pokemon Center store. So it looks like it's going to be, like I said, a raffle system, but you need to be subscribed to their newsletter in order to qualify, and it's going to be just random. One thing to note, creating multiple subscriptions is not going to help. If you do that, I would suggest using different IPs. So I would assume that that's going to be one of their ways of preventing bots to give access to legit and quality people. But yeah, absolutely do this. The link would be below. Number one thing to do right as soon as you leave this video. You can even pause it right now. I don't care. Just do this. One last thing I want to go over is this pretty cool new site I just found this morning, My Collectrix. I'll also leave a link in the description below. Note to the devs, please make a dark mode, because I don't understand why TCG Player, eBay, all these Pokemon sites do not have dark mode. It drives me insane. My eyes hurt from looking at it. Gives you all the best bang for your buck, aka perfect orders. Not a bad thing to open right now. Highest raw card value. Total set raw value. Look at what's right below Ascended Heroes and Prismatic, Black Bolt and White Flare. Hint, hint, stack up. But yeah, I will also leave a link to this down below. So that is it for today. My first market overview video. If you like it, leave a like, subscribe, share it with everybody. And until next time, don't be a bozo. Later.